how's it going? I'm Vixie, welcome to my channel. Today I am going to be doing a flip through of my personal wide rings. It's been a very long time since I have done this. It's way overdue, especially considering I need to gut it, get rid of everything in here from May and start setting up for June. Well, not start setting up, I've already got everything already printed. I just need to get it in here. So I'm gonna start with the cover. This is a Paperbound Creations faux black leather cover with the black glitter spine. Absolutely love this. This is a little acrylic charm from Point Blank Co. Stationery. Absolutely love her shop. Going into my planner, you'll see that I've already taken out everything. I started taking out all my deco and then I realized I hadn't filmed this. So I stopped taking everything out. I basically just started filming. So this little, I don't know what it's called, I guess dashboard. It's got a little pocket here. This is from Catspresso Co. Absolutely love it. This is in the personal size, but I really like the layering effect. On the other side, I just have my babies. My 2023 dashboard, it's flimsy as hell. Like you can probably even see that how flimsy that is. I'm going to do another one for 2024, but use like a heavier cardstock. So you're going to see images like this throughout my planner. And that is because I have, if you don't follow me on Instagram, I posted somewhat recently about my newest music obsession and the band is called Sleep Token. This is Sleep Token. So they are featured throughout my planner, along with all of the other deco that I normally put in here. So this is just one of my favorite vellums that I just printed out myself. This is like the front section of my planner. So you can see like inboxes here on these tabs. I made all of these tabs, by the way, if you can see them. This section is basically just for my notes. I did originally have it like all the way in the back down here, but that ended up just being a major pain in the butt, flipping back to the back part of it to write out my notes or whatever. So I just moved everything into the front and it works so much better. So right in the front, I just have a sticky note because this is where I want to put my Queensland holidays and important dates and events insert that I still have yet to make. This is just my house inspection cleaning list. And as you can see, like it is so chunky and stuffed right now. It's actually quite hard to turn the pages. This is like just notes on my planner section. There, see, there we go. Planner sections on the other side of that. All of this here is skincare stuff. I have been obsessively watching all of this on TikTok and taking all the notes. This is a book list of recommendations from what Cass read. Absolutely can't wait to get stuck into those. This is a brush pen color chart for Tombow, and I thought this was actually quite ingenious because prior to having this, I was just like scribbling all over my pages and stuff, and I wanted something that had everything, like all of them with the space to little, color in, and so that way when I got them, I could just color them in. And I just imported the PDF into Canva and then shrunk it down so that it fit into my personal wide, and then punched it. This is just a vellum, one of my favorite vellums. This one I got in a D-stash from my friend Lisa. So here I have a couple of trigger lists. I made these myself because so all the ones that I found free online just didn't have what I personally wanted. So I just made those myself. Then I have my Manifest vellum. I printed this years ago. Absolutely love it. This is a $1 note that I print on cardstock and then cut it down and punched it to put in here. And this basically just represents the very first dollar I made in my Etsy shop. I know it's cringe and cliche as hell, but I don't know. I like it. It's like a reminder, I guess. And I didn't want to just cut out like a bunch of dollar coins or something because we don't actually use dollar notes in Australia. We haven't since like the 80s, but we use dollar coins and $2 coins. And I didn't want to just cut out pictures of those because they look lame. So I wanted the dollar note. This is my inbox section. This little Take No Shiitake mushroom is from Marshmallow Studios. Isn't he freaking adorable? Love him so much. I think he was like $4. Yeah, so like I said, I made all these dividers myself. Then this is my inbox section. So this is just a running list of things that I need to get done at some stage. This is not time constrained at all. And I think that's a really important distinction to make. If you suffer with ADHD like I do, or even executive dysfunction, having a master running list of things that need to get done eventually is really, really handy because I use this just to write down anything that comes into my head that I want. Like there's a lot of things on here that I want to buy, for example. And so instead of having like a to buy list, which I know a lot of people do, I just have it on this as a running list. And then I know to come back here and cross it off when I've completed it. So this is just a condensed version of the original that I had because I had completed so much stuff on my original one. I just ended up, throwing out those pages and then condensing what I had not gotten done yet. So this works really, really well for me. And I especially like that there is no time constraint on any of these things. Obviously, if they're important, they go into like a different section, usually within the month. So you'll see it as we go through it. I have like a monthly to-do list or task list or running list of, things that I want to get done for that particular month. And sometimes I will pull things out of here and just put them in there. But mostly this is just for things that I know that I need to get done or things that I know that I want to get done but I don't have a specific place for them. So they just go here, and then as I do them, they get crossed out. This is just a trigger list of things that pertain to me specifically, the things I want to put into my planner. Pages just falling out everywhere. This is a list of inserts that I want to make and or buy. This is an acetate I got from Spotlight, I think. This is just a little folder, pocket folder thingy that I made myself. On the back, I just have some Sleep Token characters. This is Vessel. He's the lead singer. This is 3. He's one of the guitarists. This is just a piece of that decorative jelly, and I love how this looks layered over the top of the Sleep Token logo, which is layered over the top of a Simply Gilded journaling card. I love it. I just love how the whole thing looks, and it just, I don't know, it just makes me happy. This is, can you see that? I don't know. Hopefully you can, whoops. Hopefully you can see that. If I can figure out how to zoom in, I'll do that. But this is a little acrylic V charm dangle that I got from Point Blank Stationery. This is a piece of my favorite vellum ever. I've just printed that on vellum like, I don't know, a year ago maybe. This is my monthly section, and this is the running task list for the month. I will add to this as necessary, and from this, I will move it into my daily section per week. So as you can see, my June calendar is not terribly busy. I do have to add a couple of things though. I only just got emails about them this morning, so it's not like I'm terribly behind, but I do need to add that in. And then I have my vitamin and medication tracker. The rest of this is just another vellum that I printed myself. The rest of the stuff back here is just like previous months, which we don't need to look at. This is a piece of acetate, I want to say from the Honeybee shop, but I could be lying. I think it's either Honeybee shop or Simply Gilded. I genuinely don't remember. This is just a little mini calendar that I printed myself from Canva, and then another little charm dangle that is from Point Blank Stationery. There's another one of those Star Jelly dashboards. I love these things, especially for writing on. These work really well for me as a pencil board because they're not too sturdy. I mean, they have some sturdiness to them, but they're not too like rigid. They're not too rigid. And so they're very nice to write on. It just, I don't know, it just makes for a nicer writing experience, I guess. But anyway, I really, really like that. This is my running to-do list for each week. What I will do is take tasks and then put them into the week, and then that way I'll just cross them off, and I know at a glance going into every single week what I need to do, and cross it off as I do it. Then of course I list them out on each day as I do them. So there's a lot of stuff I know that's being covered up. So there's another one of those this week lists. Absolutely love it. I genuinely can't live without my lists. I'm very much a lister. So yeah, I was using these daily inserts from the Planner Room shop on Etsy. They don't come exactly like this. I've mentioned this before. I actually altered this PDF to make it what I needed it to be. They come a little bit different, but I really liked this, and I still really like this, but I ended up switching just to regular paper, honestly, because of laziness. Like, it genuinely gets to a point where I don't want to print and cut any more inserts if I don't have to do it. It's very time consuming, and I just didn't want to do it. I was just 100% lazy. So I just grabbed all of my Anko. I bought some cheap Anko notebook paper from Kmart, and I just cut it down, and that's what I've been using. But I don't recommend, because even though, like, can you hear how crinkly it is, which is like my favorite thing. It's so amazing, but it's so flimsy. Like, can you see the way that it's just, because I slit all of my inserts. I don't slit the dividers or anything like that, but the inserts have all been slit for easy, pulling in and out. And it just wrinkles and destroys and rips and tears the paper so badly because it's just so cheap. But it sounds nice. Anyway, I ended up changing to, this is the Spirax, if I'm saying that correctly, paper from Officeworks. I think you can even buy the notebooks at Woolies, to be honest. And I like this a lot better. It's not nearly as flimsy, so my pages aren't shredding as much around the, like a little bit, because I'm, going in and out. But it's not as flimsy as the Anko paper, and unfortunately, it just doesn't have that. It just doesn't have that nice crinkle to it, but I really do like just using note pages, honestly. So here is where I had decided to change my weekly overview. So instead of having that running to-do list, which I actually found that I missed having, I decided to put something in like this, where I could see at a glance all of the upcoming events. I don't know whether or not I'm going to keep this, because it just seems, I don't know, if I've got a blank one, no, we'll use this. It seems like it's going to be redundant to have like a weekly, pretend this is like a weekly running list of things that I want to get done for the week, have that there, and then have the event calendar, and then go into my dailies. Like, this seems, I don't know, not redundant, that's not the right word. It seems like it's extra, right? Like, it's too much. This is just too much. So I don't know. So this is just the end of the month now, and this is where I have the rest of my note paper. There's a lot in here, but that's all going to come out. Okay, I've covered that up because otherwise there's horrible glare. So this is my yearly section. Sticky notes there. This is my monthly, no it's not, it's my yearly overview, and I use, where are my stickers? I made myself some clear stickers that I just use to mark off the months. It's completely extra, and most people just use a pen. Like if I was a sane person, I'd probably just use a pen and like scribble it off or whatever. But I really just like the X. Me and my husband. This is my monthly event calendar where all of the big things go. Everything gets written down here. And I have the entire year in here. So if there are other upcoming events or appointments or something like that that I know of in advance, I can just flip to that month, write it down, and I'm good to go. So we don't have to show you that whole thing because you know what a calendar looks like. This is just a vellum that I printed myself. Love that. This is one of my favorite inserts ever. I just posted this today on my Instagram actually. This is by Peanuts Planner Co. And it comes in a bundle of 3. There's like three different inserts within the bundle. And I like this one. I use this one specifically for my kids' absences from school. And this has been extremely eye-opening. So I have my key here of things that, you know, relate to my family. And the eye-opening thing about this is that I can see just how many times my kids, they're late for some reason. And I'm not talking like hours late, by the way. It's mostly at most a half an hour late, but the school goes a bit mental if the kids aren't there on time for roll. So this has been really good because I can see then at a glance that they haven't had as much time off school as I thought they had. I think it's just because they go in late so often. I think to myself, do my kids even actually go to school? Like, how are they going to graduate? And so this is like a good way for me to see overall, no, you're overreacting. They do go to school. They're just in late a lot, but they're not missing anything. That's literally like their roll class. They're not missing anything. This is one of my favorite vellums ever. I love making these. These are my favorite vellums to make. And side note and shameless plug, yes, these are coming to my shop. I am in the process this week of getting photos done so I can launch these finally. But anyway, this is a lyric vellum that I printed out myself and overlay it on top of this beautiful fan art. I wish I could take credit for this, but I cannot. I am not nearly anywhere close to being this talented. Absolutely love this though. I'm pretty sure it was either Google or Pinterest. I can't remember, but I absolutely love these. I've got several of them in my planner. This is Vessel. He is the lead singer. And then on the back, I just have, you know, bits and pieces. I always have this in my planners. All right, this bit here, I'm going to skip over because it's unnecessary and it's all like family related stuff. This is an acetate that I got from, I have no idea. I think this is Planners Anonymous though, I think. This cardstock is Planners Anonymous, and this is my book section, which I haven't got in here yet because I wanted to do this flip before I start putting everything in. This is another acetate. This one I made myself actually because it's janky and there's a lot of black spots on it, but whatever, I really like it. This is another lyric vellum dashboard that I made myself. This is another one of my favorite bands. This is Bad Omens, and the song is The Death of Peace of Mind. Absolutely love it. This dashboard is from HR Handmade. All right, this is my shop section. I've taken out a lot of stuff here because I'm reworking everything, but so you can see it's very small. But having said that, I use Notion almost exclusively for my shop. This is basically just ideas and like if I have to sketch something out. This is my home section. So in here, I've basically just got like the categories of things that I want to put in here. Some stuff's in here, some stuff isn't. And I have a keto cheat sheet, and I have a how to cook rice on the stove because I didn't know. Okay. Don't laugh at me. I didn't know. I use a rice cooker. I have used a rice cooker for decades, you know. So, but anyway, our rice cooker died and I needed to learn how to make rice. So I had to print something out. This is a trigger list of foods if you have GERD or acid reflux. And I found this online. I just Googled it. And this is for my oldest daughter who we are currently dealing with that. It's not fun and it's just awful actually. We're waiting on an endoscopy for her. This acetate I got from Planners Anonymous. This is another one of those Sleep Token fan art dashboards that I just printed, and it's on cardstock and punched and put in. This is another lyric vellum, and the song is The Summoning. Absolutely love it. It's one of my all-time favorites. It was the very first song I ever heard from Sleep Token on TikTok. This is my family section, which I can't go into, but basically it's like got all this stuff in here. So can't go into that. And then this is my Fixie section. So it's all about me. And some stuff I can't show you in here either, but like basically it's another Sleep Token. But basically I've got my goals, my level 10 life, which I need to update, which I just don't want to do that right now. More goals, my ideal day, my planner sections, which I can't flip over because there's stuff on here that you can't see, and then you can't see that. Okay, so that is basically it. And then at the end, I just have like excess, I made these excess note Like these are list inserts. And then I have excess note paper back here, some blank ones, just ones that I've printed out. And then I have my page lifter from my Paper Co. And I picked up some of these pen loops from Temu. They were so cheap. It was like, I don't even know, $2 for 5 of them or something, whereas Amazon's trying to like charge me $10 for 5. And I was like, no. So yeah, absolutely highly recommend Temu. They work really well. So yeah, anyway, that is it for my planner flip. I have another video coming because I have decided on where my planner's situation is going to go for the rest of the year. That's coming very, very soon. If you have any questions or comments on this flip, just leave them in the comments below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Everything that I can have linked, I will have linked in the description. But otherwise, I hope you guys have a really great rest of your day or night, and I will chat with you all soon. Bye, everybody.